Hi, I'm Shoestring Jane. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things thrifty, frugal, money saving and money making. And today I thought I'd show you a quick charity shop haul. I went to 4 charity shops yesterday because I went to have my hair cut finally. It's still gone funny, wonky in the rain last night, but I took the opportunity of not having the dog with me to run into a few. So I can't really remember what I paid for these things, most of these things. Some of them are labelled. What a random thing. I once had a vintage pair of binoculars that somebody gave me. I don't actually know where they came from now. I think they were in elderly relatives. And I sold them quite a lot. These are not vintage. And I paid £8 for them. And I honestly don't know if this was a mistake. I guess I'm going to not lose £8 on my binoculars. Are probably quite expensive. But I have done no research. When I go into charity shops, I rarely look anything up. I don't want to be one of those people that just is constant on the phone looking at everything. I think, well, I'm in there buying stuff, and mostly I just kind of trust my judgment, and occasionally I make a mistake, but I don't ever spend enough to make a massive mistake, and also like experimenting a little bit. So these are in really nice condition, and I'm sure somebody will like them. I can't see them. They're Prince Lux Extra Light. So it's a no idea, but they come with a case, looking very smart. They were £8. So I'm pretty sure I'll get my £8 back, and hopefully a bit more. Can't get them back in. I had a case with my vintage ones, and I was very annoyed because my trendy daughter decided to use the case as a handbag. It'd be really cool, and then lost it, and I just ended up with just the binoculars and no case. Oh, I'll work out to get them back in. I'll sort that out later. And from the same shop, this is it's an independent charity shop, and they either, things are really, really good, amazingly well priced, or they just have like a list and say, I don't know, all dresses are £2 and shoes are £3 or whatever. But occasionally they charge crazy amounts for things. If anything is new at all, even if it's from Primark, they'll charge like £10. So I tend not to look at anything like that. And I actually can't remember what she charged me for this. It's a John Lewis, you can't really see the design, but it's a green and white tablecloth with some matching napkins. I haven't looked at it very well to see if it's actually new, but it's still in some packaging, and just the tablecloth was £30 from John Lewis. So I will open it up and check it out. Actually, this doesn't look like it's ever been out of the packet. It's all still folded like from the factory. So again, I don't really know how much it'll be, but Phoebe napkins and tablecloths are quite nice. I don't know what she charged me. I have to try and work out at the end what she charged me for everything. I think she charged me £20 for everything. And I bought mugs. I think their mugs are maybe £1 each usually, but they're not actually identical, but they're all from the same range. There's another one. So they're waterside fine china, and they were just a really nice paisley kind of inspired mug. There's that one which is quite orange with the florals, and then this one's got, they look like cockatoos or something on them, and they're slightly less orange, slightly browner. And I've got 2 of each, a pair of each. No idea of the value whatsoever, but again, I'm sure if I put them in 2 pairs, it'd be more than £2 each. I'll go a bit closer to these. Oh, again, this was another risk. I haven't got a clue. I said sometimes collector's plates. When I was a kid, and in the 80s as well, collector's plates sold through Sunday supplements were a massive thing, and they're all like pretty worthless now. There were so many of them that, you know, if they were like limited editions even, they're so old-fashioned, people don't want them. But I know people like steam trains, so I picked these up because they are all steam train scenes. There are 3 of them. This one's slightly more faded, more subdued sort of paint. I don't know if that's because it's been hanging or if it was like that. They're by Don Bracken, limited edition. This is 48B, and they're Wedgwood. So I would imagine she's probably charged me £3 for those. You don't get a receipt from this charity shop though. They're cash only, and they never give you a receipt. And if you ask for a receipt, it's all like messes up their till. I've done it before because I need a receipt for my tax, but so I have to just make a note of what I've spent and get some cash and keep my receipt from the cash point that's nearby. This is pretty. It's Trentham Royal Crown Pottery shabby chic grubby tea set, and I've got 1, 2, 3, I think I've got 6 saucers, a milk or jug or a creamer, which is nice pink design. I pick up a lot of this stuff, you see it in every haul. I like this. It doesn't sell that quickly. I have to stop picking it up so much because I really like it, so I pick it up, and at the moment I'm basing a lot of my purchases on what I like because I don't have enough kind of knowledge of vintage things to do otherwise. This has got a bit of a crackling to the glazing, but these are like cake plates, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, a sugar bowl, and these are all good. I mean, they're not chipped or anything. There's the rest of the cups. So how many cups have I got? 4 cups. 4 cups, 4 saucers. That's neat. Got 5 cake plates. Oh no. Oh. And this is the thing. They did give me some very thin paper, and I put these in the car, and this is broken. And this was the big cake plate. It's just been sat in the car, so I don't know why it's broken, but it's been sat in the car overnight. Oh, so that's really sad. Never mind, not much I can do about that. I actually am keeping any bits of china. I showed you in a couple of videos ago a local artist who works in ceramics, and she did on Harwich Pier, which is in Essex. She made a beautiful mermaid, and she makes amazing artworks, and I'm just keeping any pretty bits of china, partly because I'm thinking of doing a ceramics course myself, and partly because I know she's local, and if I get enough of it and don't know what to do and I haven't done a ceramics course, then I'm going to see if she wants any of it to do her fabulous artwork. So I'm very disappointed that I managed to break that plate, but I'm also not surprised because I was lucky that they gave me any wrapping. Sometimes they don't have any, and in the £1 charity shop they didn't have any. So let's do that next and see if everything has survived the journey. So everything £1 in the £1 charity shop, funnily enough. And I got another one of these plates, and yet again I've forgotten the name of the maker. I've got 2 of these on my dresser, not exactly the same design, and I'll put it on the screen because I can't remember the name. A lot of you will know it anyway. I like them. They're just printed glass, but I think it's really nice, and it's £1, so it's worth picking up. Not a great profit on it. This is just a nice cake plate. Thought that was nice, and it's called Old English Garden. It's Royal Albert, and it was only £1. Got a nice kind of embossed design on it. If I can avoid these. These are the ones I thought were going to crack because I literally had nothing to protect them. And I don't know about these. They're like Pyrex type plates that I keep seeing. What's the name of the... is it Taj or something? I keep seeing this. Again, I'll put this on the screen, and loads of you will know what this is straight away, who know more than me. It's nothing special, but again, I thought I'm experimenting. I've got to give them a good clean, see if they've got any value. That, oven-proof plates. So they might have. Let's have a look. I'm just going to put china everywhere, and if Archie decides to leap off the sofa, he'll break even more. This is a St Michael vintage little bowl and jug. It's just decorative. I don't think it's actually, you can use it. Made in Japan, so it's not made in the UK, but it's made in Japan, still vintage. So yeah, I guess it's like that. Got those together. That was £1. Let's put that. I don't know where to put. Running out of places to put things. Let's put it down there. Got the cat coming to destroy things now. Oh, this was for me to try on in the £1 charity shop. It's only Primani, but it's just a long, slightly tie-dyed chambray type. It's quite thin actually, isn't it? Gosh, look at that. See-through. I think it must be a beach cover-up. I was thinking it was a denim chambray dress, but it looks a bit see-through, and it's size 12, and I haven't tried it on yet, obviously, and if it doesn't fit me, I will stick it on Vinted. We'll see, or if it doesn't suit me, or if it's too see-through, because I'm really beyond the point where I'm going to walk around in see-through clothing. And I got these as well. I think these are vintage. They're Ravel, which isn't, I think it's still produced, isn't it? But they're like theatre shoes, like character shoes. And they're in quite good condition to the point they've got a label here. These were in the £1 charity shop. I thought they were rather nice. And they're very clean. I think they are vintage. The reason I think they're vintage is because they're made in Italy. But I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but they're certainly retro, aren't they? And vintage style. Do you know, I might try those on. I actually quite like this old-fashioned, almost like flapper girl shoes, aren't they? They're like, I think we used to call them character shoes because they'd wear similar ones like that on stage. So yes, I'll try those two on. And then let's move on to, this is also the hospice shop, but not the £1 one. There's one up the road. This was in there last time I was in there, and I didn't buy it, but this time they'd reduced it to £5 for the whole lot. So these are soup bowls, I believe. I can only imagine they're for sipping soup because you wouldn't have anything else in there. To do a bit of research. And they're, I think they're Johnson Brothers, made in England, so nice vintage. There are 6 of those and 6 kind of sauces to go with them. And there are no chips or anything, at least there weren't any when I left the shop. I don't think there are some. Johnson Brothers, yes. I need to find the name of that pattern. If anyone knows the name of this pattern, let me know in the comments. They're quite nice. I thought, well, they've been reduced. I think they were £10 and they've been reduced to £5. So I thought, well, for £5, I'll give them a go. And there was, this was probably a mistake, to be honest, because it was £5 and it's probably too much because it's nothing in particular. It's a big old butter dish, very shabby chic design, but quite faded. The gilt bit, the gilding is quite faded, but it's rather nice. I can find the bottom part of it. That's another one of the soup bowls. There it is. Oh, hurrah, it's not broken. And that's the bottom. You can see it's quite crazed. And it's Albany and Harvey. Something I can't read. But yeah, it's very, very vintage looking. I love that, actually. Look how elegant that is. I think that's really nice. But whether I'll get very much on it, I don't know. It's quite kind of crazed. But some people like that look. I think it's just beautiful. Really nice. I'd love to know when that was actually when it was made. I will have to do a bit of research on that because that's interesting. Being careful, trying not to break anything else. What else have I got in there? Just more of the cups, I think, the soup cups. Okay, and then I went to the cat rescue and the very expensive RSPA shop, which is nearby. I don't often go into the RSPCA shop if I'm short of time. I had time to kill because I was waiting to go get my hair done. So I thought I'm going to have a look, and it's all too expensive in there. I just don't go in there. It's far too expensive. But then I saw these curtains and I thought these are really lovely quality. Maybe a bit yellow, but actually they're a really nice green with a cream design on them. You can't see it. Oh, you can just about see it in that light. I think that's a lovely green. And they're very thick, very heavy, lined curtains and, really heavy, as I say, and they're long. I think they're 72-inch ones, so not floor length, but long curtains. And I thought they're in really good nick. I think they're vintage. I need to do a bit of research into the maker because I don't know this maker. It's not one I've heard of, and it doesn't say made in England, so I've lost it again now. Ever professional. Where's it gone? It's made by Leon Brunswick International, and it's cotton viscose. Doesn't say where it's made. So again, I don't know if they look very vintage, don't they? They're very vintage style. I'm definitely running out of places to put things. They're so heavy. I love a good heavy pair of curtains, especially with the energy price hikes. They keep you warm, don't they? Oh, that's a receipt. I need that. Oh, they had tiebacks as well. I forgot about those. A pair of tiebacks. And then I got more clothing, which is unusual for me, but I thought, well, I'll give them a go. This is a really nice big size, brand new, with tags, extra large manta ray jumper in a lovely colour. If it was smaller, I would have given it to Justin, but it's too big for him. He's only a medium. But I did pay £7 for it. So again, I mean, it's probably too much. I probably won't get more than maybe 17 if I'm lucky. But I like manta ray things, and although I think you can still get them online, they used to be a mainstay of Debenhams, and I used to like things for myself, although generally secondhand because you know me. But I thought that was worth looking at. I've got a couple more plates in there, and they did actually wrap them in bubble wrap for me, thankfully. And then I found this coat. I keep buying clothes, but I'm only buying clothes now if there's something that I really like, or they're vintage, or there's something I really think I can get a profit on. This is Caramillan. It's absolutely lovely, actually. It's an evening coat. It's in a kind of red damask. It would have been extremely expensive. It's in very good condition. And I paid £12 for that. It's a long coat. I checked all the armpits to make sure it wasn't stained or that the lining wasn't ripped, and it really doesn't look like it's hardly been worn. Caramillan size 12, which is probably a small 12, isn't it? Because Caramillan does come up quite small, I think. And then I looked while I was having my coffee. I went and looked to see if there's anything similar for price, and was thinking, well, I paid too much, £12. And somebody had the exact same coat and they were asking £140 for it. I think they might be pushing their luck a bit. I couldn't find any solds, but you know, if someone really likes Caramillan or just really likes that, what is a really lovely evening coat actually, I reckon I could get 80 for it. And I picked up these just because I thought they were extremely pretty. I've got two of these. I think they charged me £1 each for these. They don't charge much for bric-a-brac in there. I think they're really pretty. And they are, I could just about see it, Copeland. They're Copeland plates. I think they're lovely. So quite a successful morning, apart from that lovely serving plate that I managed to break. Never mind. It's going to happen, isn't it, when you deal with breakables and china and glass and that kind of thing. So it's going to happen from time to time. Just have to try and be careful. So yes, that is my little haul from yesterday. Tonight's budget low carb dinner is some quite fatty mince. In fact, it was too fatty for Justin, so I've taken some of the fat off with what we had. So we've got celery, garlic, onion, salt, but no onion because I can't eat too much onion, peppers, just the end of a pack of mushrooms, a can of tomatoes, and lots of herbs, paprika, glug of wine. So it's very simple. It tastes really nice, actually. I'm going to have that with the remainder of the cauliflower cheese from last night. I'm air frying Justin some little mini roasties, and I'm air frying some little mini roasty carrots as well, because I can have those. I know they're not very low carb, but I'm not doing keto. So anyway, that's tonight's dinner. I'm just making for the first time a loaf of low carb bread from Sugar Free Londoner, which is a really good website. I've never tried this before. First time I've tried it, it's got things like chia seeds, almond flour, this one, coconut flour, seeds, sunflower seeds, yogurt. Her recipe actually suggests quark, but I don't have quark and I've got yogurt, so she says you can swap that over. A bit of baking powder, and I think that's about it. And you just bake it into a loaf. So I'm going to give it a go. I've done no idea. I think it'll come out quite small, but I'm going to give it a go and see if it's nice. My only issue is that I don't have a small enough loaf tin. I'm having to use a standard loaf tin, so it might need less cooking and come out quite flat. We'll see. So I've baked it. Feels quite springy. So I'll let it cool now, and then I'll taste a bit. Well, it's made a very shallow loaf. I suppose I could make the quantity more. Let's see what it tastes like. Okay, I've got a lot of butter on it. It's still warm, so it's nice. I think everything's all right when it's still warm. doesn't have a lot of flavour itself, but I suppose that's bread, doesn't have a lot of flavour really. There's a nice texture because it's got lots of seeds in it. Sunflower seeds as well I put in it. I mean, I wouldn't probably eat this as a sandwich. I don't know, it'd be a bit heavy, but I imagine this would be nice toasted. I think it would be nice with a dippy egg, or with an egg on top of it, or just with, a fry up. I have to try it cold as well, because I know a lot of the times things like this are really nice warm, but not that nice cold. But what makes it nice is all the seeds in it. It makes it feel like a crunchy wholemeal loaf. It's all right. It's all right. I'm quite pleased with it. It's quite nice. I'm going to eat this and maybe have another bit with my lunch, which is leftover cauliflower cheese. See how I go. I've just been out in the garage packing up my stuff. This one lovely customer has bought 5 things from my shop, which I've managed to put into 3 parcels, and then I've got another couple that I've sold as well. Wow, that's brilliant, isn't it? I could do with a few more customers like that. Fantastic. Look at this boy. Absolutely loving the sunshine and sunning himself. That nice customer who bought all of those parcels from me this morning was one of my YouTube subscribers. So hi Karen, thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed my haul, everybody. I did enjoy that haul. I don't think there's anything there that's going to make my fortune, but what I like is just learning stuff, so just picking up the T&J, it's J&J, the Pyrex stuff. I keep seeing it. Wasn't sure if it had any value. I don't know if the pattern that I've picked up is particularly maybe I'll get £10 or £15 for that. But there are others that, if you see them, that have got nicer designs, are worth picking up because people love that Pyrex. It seems to go on forever, doesn't it? It's really, really, really hard to break a Pyrex bowl. Maybe I should specialise in it after my disaster with that lovely cake plate. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you know next time I'm publishing something. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.